Guess the body parts. We got a pee-pee. We got a rib cage. What the I can't imagine. Would y'all drink this for like $1 billion? Reapers, what's his good? It's your boy Laser. He's back with another scary reaction video. He's on the scary content. So continue to left has reckoning 5 scary abandoned places you do not want to explore alone. Guys, there's so many crazy ass abandoned places out there. We're dive straight into. If you enjoy scary content, you know where scary reviews features, hit the like button. You subscribe to the notification bell icon. I also stream every night on Twitch. Go check out the streams, fucking amazing. Let's dive straight into this video.
Abandoned buildings have always drawn a particular curiosity for paranormal investigators and urban explorers, and occasionally clues are left behind that point directly towards what kind of activity was formerly conducted in these buildings. However, sometimes these items can raise more questions than answers, and leave the finder perplexed and often disturbed. Here we look at 5 seriously creepy abandoned buildings you wouldn't want to enter alone.
We all just be fapping in abandoned places, guys. That's normal, right?
And some disturbing items found in a few of them. Hit those lights, sit back, and enjoy.
Lights are off. It's daytime. This is probably crazy.
Macabre Autopsy Lab in Russia. Tobolsk is a Russian city that was once the capital of Siberia. Nowadays, it's a pleasant town near the very edge of the country. However, in 2015, a gruesome discovery was made by a Russian medical student that shocked the community. Georgie had been tipped off by a fellow student that there was an abandoned autopsy lab in a local park.
Georgie,
when he located the building, the door was ajar, so he went inside and was horrified at what he found. Take a look. The facility is believed to have been used as recently as 2012, and the numerous books, blood test slides, files and medical records had just been abandoned. But perhaps the most shocking thing was the discovery of human organs and remains in jars, as well as the corpses of babies with scars after surgical procedures.
What the fuck?
After the discovery, the police launched an investigation into what went on at the laboratory, and the circumstances behind why so many
Why is the head so big? What the fuck? Big ass baby head.
Human remains were left abandoned.
I don't know why, but it's just so... I mean, I know skeletons in general are unsettling, but I don't know, like baby skeletons, that's... I don't know. Just the idea of like a baby dying, like, I don't know, just the idea of dying at such a young age, bro, that just makes me so uncomfortable. Like, it's just so eerie, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, just seeing like skeleton babies, I hate that. That disappoints me. No.
To date, no further information has been released.
Like, imagine being born just to die right when you're born. I mean, like, at the same time, it's like, you know, when you're like 1 or 2, like, you're not even fully conscious. Like, you don't, like, you know how we're born at like 1, but we don't like actually like start like knowing we're even alive till we're like fucking like 6 or 7. Like, I think the first time I remember I was like actually alive was like, I think it was like 6. It was like 6, I think. Something like that, yeah.
Hidden railway in the gorge.
It was 6. I remember I was just like vomiting, and then I like skipped to like the time jumps when you're young be crazy. Like, I remember like one day I was like 6, and then the next day I wake up and I'm like 10 years old. Crazy.
The Clifton Rocks Railway was an underground funicular railway cut through the limestone rocks of the Avon Gorge in Bristol, England. It was funded by local businessman George Newnes and completed in 1893, and it's an extraordinary example of Victorian engineering. However, it was never a great success, and with the emergence of the motor car, it soon became obsolete, and by 1934 it was closed down. A use was found for it during World War II, and blast walls were installed in the tunnel, and it was used as an air raid shelter. During this time, it was also used by Imperial Airways, and by the BBC, who set up a top-secret transmitting station in the tunnel, as a backup for London. After the war, the BBC continued to use parts of the tunnel until 1960, when it was left abandoned. Since its closure, thousands of motorists would have passed its innocuous-looking entrance, without realising what lies behind its door. But those who have entered the building have been reminded of an era when Bristol was blitzed by Nazi German Luftwaffe, and the terrified residents who scrambled to the tunnel to seek refuge as the bombs rained down.
What the fuck?
Inside is like stepping back in time. There are still supplies and broken bottles strewn about the place. The furniture and the facilities the BBC installed are still evident. But perhaps the most haunting reminder of all is the children's shoes neatly arranged on the shelves, left by the families who sought refuge in the tunnel and later abandoned it when the war ended. Take a look at this extraordinary eerie footage of the forgotten railway that is deeply embedded in the rocks.
Choo choo! Oh my god. Ooh. Dude, I don't know why, but like, just like quiet, like nothing going on in the background, but just hearing like dripping sounds is so terrifying. It's like the sound of blood, bro.
In recent years, a volunteer group has been set up to restore the structure, and it's now possible to visit parts of it. But you can imagine just how terrifying it must have been for those who sought shelter down there, not knowing what they would face when they resurfaced.
Scary. Creepy.
The School of Veterinary Medicine. In 1990,
What are those teeth? Oh.
the
These look
School
so
of
fucking
Veterinary
terrifying,
Medicine,
bro.
located in Brussels, Belgium, shut its doors forever and moved to a new location. The school was vast, and most of the buildings in the complex were later turned into apartments. However, there was one part that was left untouched, and when urban explorers explored it in 2013, it was like a scene from a horror movie. Full of gruesome animal specimens and organs, the building was littered with notes, books, and journal publications, all left abandoned to collect dust. The jars were carefully labelled, stacked up, and left to rot. Take a look at these extraordinary photos. Because some of the specimens were only partially...
Wait, let me guess. I'm gonna guess what these are. I'm gonna guess the body parts. We got a pee-pee. We got a rib cage. What the I can't imagine. Would y'all drink this for like $1 billion? The next day you wake up with like fucking every disease known to mankind.
Preserved, and some of the jars had been opened. Those who entered the decaying lab say there was an overwhelming stench of rotting organic matter and formaldehyde
Is that a squirrel?
that added to the eeriness. But in case you were planning a trip to view this macabre museum of forgotten specimens, it's too late, as the whole of the former veterinary school has now been converted into residential homes, although it's not known what happened to the grisly exhibits.
Squirrel. Squirrel.
Arizona Cliff Jail. In early America, felons convicted of crimes were often punished with hard labour. Many were sent away to work in copper mines. However, this proved tricky, as trying to maintain a criminal workforce was challenging, as they would try to escape at every opportunity. To try and combat the problem, local pioneers, the 𝐂𝐚𝐳𝐨𝐫 brothers, thought an escape-proof jail was the answer, and in 1881, local stonemason Margarito Varela, blasting into a solid granite cliff in Clifton, Arizona, created 2 escape-proof cells. The entrance to the jail could only be accessed by climbing up the side of the cliff. The smaller of the 2 cells was for extremely dangerous criminals, and the larger ones for less violent. Both of the cells were fitted with heavy iron bars that were 2 inches wide and 3/4 of an inch thick, and the 2 barred windows were 10 feet above the floor. Over the years, the jail housed some of the worst criminals at the time, and no one ever escaped.
God damn, this... Holy shit. I wouldn't mind being... I'm kidding. No, I wouldn't. This is terrifying. This isn't even like a jail at this point. This is like a dungeon. We're going back to ancient times. Dungeons were basically jails back in the day. A dungeon... Like, this is basically a dungeon. Like, it literally goes, like, underground. Look at this shit. I mean, some jails are underground nowadays, which is kind of normal, but it's like... I don't fucking know. This is like a whole ass catacomb jail, bro. They get sloppy in the catacombs in this jail? Do they be nutting the skulls down there? Don't lie, guys. We all be going to jail. We all be going to our local catacomb jail for doing bad crimes like popping balloons on Free Balloon Day. Popping other people's balloons on Free Balloon Day. All of a sudden we're SpongeBob. Well, no, SpongeBob, they just like stole a balloon or some shit, right? They stole a balloon on Free Balloon Day? I don't remember. But we be getting sloppy in the catacombs.
Escaped. But disaster struck in 1906 when a large flood almost submerged the building. The water was so deep that the prisoners had to be pulled out by ropes through a small window. After the flood, the jail filled up with mud and debris, and so was abandoned. It lay forgotten and deserted for many years, until it was partially restored in 1929. Nowadays, it's open to the public, and the sediment from the floods has gradually raised the ground level with the entrance to the jail, although to get to the underground cells, you have to ask permission. Once inside, it's very dark, and thick chains that held down the prisoners are still in place. The cold, cramped conditions are a chilling reminder of the harsh realities of law enforcement on the American frontier. To add to the creepiness, it's also reported to be haunted by the spirits of its former inmates. In an ironic twist, there is a plaque outside the jail that claims the jail's first inmate was in fact Margarito Varela, the man who built it, who was thrown into the cells after he partied a bit too much after he completed it.
Damn. Crazy.
Creedmore Psychiatric Center. Creedmore Psychiatric Center in Queens, New York, opened in 1912 and was originally intended to be an
I don't know what it is, bro. Would just abandoned places just be so creepy to me? Holy shit! Look at this wall. I think it's just like the eeriness behind it. Like, I don't know. I think abandoned places are cool as shit, but it's like they're also eerie as fuck. It's like weird.
Town haven for the mentally ill. But over the years, it grew, and now occupies more than 300 acres, with more than 50 buildings, although many of them are now empty. At one time, it had a reputation for being overcrowded and understaffed, and during the 1950s and 60s, rumours spread that conditions at the hospital
were
horrific. And
guys, look at this anthill. This is just a massive anthill. Let me scuba dive in this butt naked. I wasn't butt naked when I did that, but still.
Were routinely cruel to the patients.
We all scuba dive butt naked in anthills.
Today, the outside of the still active hospital looks deceptively sterile. However, behind this facade are several empty buildings which tell their own stories, and are now occupied by hundreds of pigeons. In parts, their waste is piled several feet high, and amongst the decaying furniture and hospital records, a single rotting undergarment can be seen dangling on a hanger, a chilling reminder that patients with
what even is that? Like, what, I'm assuming like mold? I don't fucking know. Like, what is that? Creepy.
Some of the most troubled minds once lived here. Take a look at these photos taken at the facility.
Weird. Weird. Scary. Shiver me timbers. No, I don't know, bro. A bunch of anthills around here. Creepy as fuck. I can't imagine how fucking bad this would make my spirit feel, bro. I'm just imagining myself walking here, bro. I feel like my spirit is being, like, tickled by a bunch of demons right up. Oh, man. Fuck that.
If those don't give you the chills, then I don't know what will. One of its former patients was the singer Lou Reed, who was sent to Creedmore to cure his homosexuality.
Damn, it's crazy. Well, guys, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Which one of the scary abandoned places would y'all explore alone? If you enjoy scary content, use more scary reviews features than to do. I'll see you next one. Peace.
Extra large money.